Okay, so we're gonna talk about using the degrees and minutes functions in the calculator. So the trig functions that you're used to are sine, which is sin for the abbreviation. You do not say sin, you say sine. Cosine, which is cos. You do not say cos, you say cosine. And tangent, which is tan for their abbreviation, and you say tangent. Just because they're abbreviations, you don't abbreviate what you're saying. The reciprocal functions, which is something new to you that we haven't talked about, is cosecant is a reciprocal of sine. And the abbreviation for cosecant is CSC. The reciprocal function for cosine is secant, and the abbreviation is SEC. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, and the abbreviation is COT. On the calculator, sine, cosine, and tangent show up, but cosecant, secant, and cotangent do not have buttons on the calculator or a function on the calculator. So when you're typing in cosecant, which is the reciprocal of sine, you have to type in 1 over sine and whatever the angle you're given is. For secant, which is the reciprocal of cosine, you have to type in 1 over cosine and whatever the angle is. And cotangent, you have to type in 1 over tangent and whatever the angle is. That's the only way to type in these three functions. Okay, so now I want to evaluate my expressions. So the first one I'm going to do will be cosine of 153 degrees. So I can type that right in the calculator. So once I type that in, I type in cosine of 153, and I get my answer. The only thing when you're typing it in degrees, you have to make sure your calculator is in degrees. And the way you do that is you hit the mode button, and then you just make sure degrees is highlighted. So I get an answer. We'll round to the hundredth. So negative 0.89 is my answer. Okay, so now I'll do another one. We'll do cosecant this time. So cosecant of 137 degrees and 16 minutes. So now I have degrees and minutes. So I have to use my symbols in my calculator to verify or to type in that I have 137 degrees and 16 minutes. And I know that cosecant doesn't have a button in the calculator, so I'm really going to type in 1 over the sine, because cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, of 137 degrees and 16 minutes. So I'll show that to you in the calculator. So I have to type in 1 divided by sine. I'm using my sine button. And then I type in 137, and then to get your degrees, it's under the second angle button, which is the apps button. And that will give you your degree symbol. And then you type in 16, and then again, second angle, and that will give you your minutes symbol. So again, those two buttons are second angle, which is your apps button, and then that will give you your degrees, which is choice 1, and your minutes, which is choice 2. And you just type it in how you see it. You want to make sure you're closing your parenthesis after you're entering in your angle value for each of the questions. So I get my answer is 1.47. We'll go to the 10,000ths this time, which is 4 decimal places. 3, and then going to the 4th decimal, it'd be 6, but I need to round it up to 7. Okay, we'll do one more. And then you'll do a couple examples on your own. So we'll do something in radians this time. So we'll say the tangent of 5 pi over 3. If you're given an angle in radians, which I am, 5 pi over 3 is a radian measure because it has a pi in it. That's when you have to change your calculator mode to radians. That's the only time that you need to change it to radians, so I'll show you that. So you want to go into your calculator in the mode, which is right here, and make sure your calculator has radians highlighted. Nothing else should be changed besides degrees and radians. That's the only thing that you're going to be switching in between. So when you have a pi, you're going to be in radians. If you have a degree, your calculator should be in degrees. So I'm going to type that in my calculator. So just type that in my calculator exactly how I see it. 5 pi divided by 3, and I'm taking the tangent of it. And I made sure my calculator was in radians. So I get an answer of negative 1.73, we'll go to the 1,000th, 2 would be my answer. So now I want you to do a couple on your own. So I want you to try 3 of them on your own. We'll have you round them all to the 1,000th. So the first one we'll do is secant of 148 degrees and 37 minutes. The next one will be the cotangent of 231 degrees and 22 minutes. Then the last one will be the sine of negative 11 pi over 3. Make sure you're careful about your mode. And make sure you're in degrees when you have degrees for the first two. And make sure you're in radians when you have a radian measure, like in the last one.